With Valentine's Day just around the corner, there's one thing on everyone's mind. No, not love, chocolate. Today we tour Ruth Hunt to visit this famous Kentucky candy company. Ruth Hunt began selling her heavenly confections to friends and family in 1921, and not long after, a factory was built in Mount Sterling. Over the years, new products have been added to the Ruth Hunt list, and today they offer about 80 different kinds of candy. You can find pulled cream candy, bourbon balls, caramel, soft creams, and their famous Blue Monday bar. Made for over 60 years, this unique but sophisticated candy bar has adult and children fans alike. Today, visitors can tour the factory and see these sweet treats still being made the old-fashioned way, cooked in copper kettles, poured on cold tables, and pulled to perfection. Today I'm here with the owner of Ruth Hunt Candy Company, Larry Kiesel, and this is quite an operation. It's quite big and you got a lot going on. Tell me about the company.
Well, the company was started in 1921 and by Ruth Hunt, Tharp Hunt, and we were originally in a very small building on Main Street, and when I bought the business about 25 years ago, we decided it was time to move. So we came out here closer to the interstate in a former bowling alley, and we've got all kinds of space now, and we're able to do a nice big store, and we're much happier here.
Well, and you have a Lexington store actually that you just opened up too. Tell me about that.
213 Walton Avenue. It was a old dairy mart. Everything we have here, we have there, except the making of the candy.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, you have quite a large store here of all kinds of products. It's really a one-stop shop in that way for anything Kentucky.
We concentrate on UK items and locally made things, jellies, jams, cheese spreads, and barbecue sauces, and then the candy.
That's great. Well, speaking of the candy, which is the showstopper here, tell me about some of maybe your favorite ones. There are so many, you couldn't possibly display them all that you make, but I'm sure you have some favorites.
And I think we make probably 70 or 80 different kinds of candy. When you think of the suckers, we do lime ones, orange ones, cinnamon ones, and L8 ones.
That's right, yeah.
And then cream centers, we do coconut, vanilla, orange, lemon. And then we started making meltaways after I bought the business, which has turned into one of the favorite candies. It's more of a chocolate-based chocolate, and my favorite one is one that we came up with, which is the toffee meltaway, our toffee is really very good, and we grind up the toffee and put it in the chocolate center and then cover it in chocolate and stripe it in white, and it's a really nice piece.
I see you have some on a tray here. I just happened to notice that. Just right over here.
Ready?
I am. Talk to me about some of those.
Okay, well, they're some of my favorites. The toffee meltaways, we do hand-wrapped caramels. The old-fashioned way, we still stir them, and then the ladies sit and fold these wax paper wrappers around the caramel, and
wow.
It's a lot of work, but it's very genuine. Then I have some of the sea salt caramels. I have an orange cream, and then I have a turtle, which is, pecans and caramel. Caramel's a good thing.
Caramel's a good thing, yes it is. Well, which one should we try first?
I think you should try them all, but you can start with the sea salt caramel, I think, is a good one.
And that was this one?
That's that one.
All right. Are you going to have one with me?
Oh, I can have one.
Yes. Cheers.
Except one might get in our teeth, but...
It's okay.
Good, huh?
That's a good product right there. Wow.
The Ruth Hunt Candy Company is busy enough keeping up with all the demands for their vast selection of candies, which they also happen to mail all over the United States. But this time of year, things can get really busy, preparing for the Valentine's Day rush. They'll soon be hand-dipping over 40,000 strawberries into their delicious chocolate to create their famous long-stem chocolate-covered strawberries. It requires all hands on deck, dipping strawberries all day long for 3 days straight. Of course, as with all of the Ruth Hunt sweets, there's a proper way to create any of their delectable confections. So we step into the kitchen next with candy chef Junior Carroll to learn a few tricks of the trade.
Well, I'm here with Junior Carroll, who's the head chef at Ruth Hunt Candy, and you've been here quite a long time, since '91.
Yes, ma'am. Started in '91, August of '91.
And you even knew Ruth Hunt's daughter.
Yeah, very sweet lady, very sweet lady. But she'd come in and check things out, make sure it's on the right track.
Did she give you a thumbs up?
Yeah.
You're doing it the right way?
Yeah, I told her one day, I said, you need to come back here and show me some tricks. She said, honey, I'll just be in your way. She's was a very, very sweet lady.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Well, and you're still really doing things the way that you learned how to do it from day one, right?
Yes, ma'am, nothing ain't changed. Everything's the same. Only thing is, Mr. Keetle, he just added more recipes to his candy, and where the batches used to be like 10, 15, 20 pounds, and we add a few pounds, this and that. You know, everything's the same. We cook everything in copper kettles. We still use the cold table. We call it the magic table. It's hooked up with city water. There's water goes through the table. There's anywhere probably 25 to 30 kilos at this table every day in the month of November and December. And we go through like 800 to 1,000 pounds of sugar, probably about 100 quarts of cream, 20 or 30 pounds of butter. In the old mixer over here, like our bourbon balls, our cream centers, nothing like that shipped in. It's all started from scratch. Cooked over here on the burner and poured into the mixer.
Yeah, it's all done the way. Even your scissors, we were noticing, was like from 1941 to cut the candy. It's all stuff that's been around for a long time, original.
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
And you have the same puller, right?
As far as the puller, the tables, the kilos, the mixers, and all the old equipment out there, we all using it today. Nothing's changed.
And working in a candy company is not a bad job.
Nah, I'd say it ain't every day you find your sweet job.
Well, I guess today I'm going to get to join the team. I've got a hairnet,
yes,
and I've got an apron. I'm ready to have you put me to work, and we're going to make some cream
candy.
Cream
Yes,
candy.
ma'am. And you might get you a job here. I'm going to keep an eye on you now.
Okay.
I think you'll do a good job. You love it? You take it up long, just go right back to this part. The reason why we're doing the flipping to the side is because we're getting more efficient. There you go. Okay, good. On this side.
Today, we're at a Kentucky historic landmark, the Ruth Hunt Candy Company in Mount Sterling. This Kentucky-proud confectionery uses high-quality ingredients like rich, dark chocolate, real cream, and good old-fashioned butter. There's also no preservatives or fillers, so this candy is exceptionally fresh. The handmade candies also have original recipes, some dating back to the early 1900s. The respect for the candies and Ruth Hunt herself drives this company to continue to carry on old-fashioned candy-making traditions.
I'm here today with Toby Moore, who's the general manager at Ruth Hunt Candy Company, and we're really in the epicenter of where all the candy magic happens.
Exactly. We made our way to the back here in the factory where all the magic, we'll say, takes place. The candy's made and process it and ship it out to the customers to enjoy.
That's wonderful. Well, and really, it's like taking a step back in time here, right? Because a lot of this stuff has been here, it's original equipment.
Exactly. If you were to take this tour 50, 60 years ago, you would see the same processes. So it really is like stepping back in time. We do things the old-fashioned way here, and it's worked for decades, and there's no reason to change it. So we continue to do it the way they did when Ruth Hunt started the business.
Sure, down to even hand wrapping the candies.
Exactly. It takes extra time to hand wrap, but there's some candies, there's just no way of getting around the time-tested ways of making the candy and hand wrapping it. So.
Sure. Well, and we're not the only ones allowed back here in this magic-making center. You actually do tours as well.
Yeah, Ruth Hunt in the beginning, she was not really excited about doing tours as her business took off with the threat of possibly competition. But
sure.
When it passed from her family to ours, we we thought people would appreciate the hard work and the care that goes into making the candy and make people have a better appreciation of what we do. And it works well. We do a lot of tours of school children, which is real interesting. We've had children over the years that have come back as parents that remember taking a tour through the candy company, and so it's real interesting and really nice to see those folks and share their experiences years ago as a child. So
Sure. Well, and there just aren't very many things like that are the same. I mean, for them to come as a child and see it that way, and then as an adult for it to still be that way, that really is priceless.
yeah, we're just fortunate. I think sticking with the niche of the handmade old-fashioned candy has proved a good recipe for us, and we've got folks that have worked for Ruth Hunt back in the day that have been long-term employees that are committed to the quality and to produce the candy at the standards that she put out there years ago, and it's all paid off because this community supports us, and we've grown over the years.
Well, that's true. I know when I've talked to a lot of the employees here, they all seem to have a great respect for Ruth Hunt and wanting to kind of honor her legacy by continuing it on the same way, and seems to be kind of a family friendships here where people are more family than just friends. And then you are in this small community of Mount Sterling, and the community really embraces you too.
Yeah, and it's such a historical part of Mount Sterling, and from the employees to the locals who come in and support us every day. It's just a rich history that we're glad to be able to continue.
Well, I'm excited to see everything in action. Let's take a look around.
All right.
This company was started as a family business, and although it's changed owners over the years, the like family sentiment has remained intact. This family of workers is dedicated to keeping the legacy of Ruth Hunt alive. As a matter of fact, some workers have been here for decades and even knew Ruth and her daughter Emily personally. They take great satisfaction in knowing that they're still making candies the way Ruth Hunt intended. In addition to the factory tour, to get a closer look at how these little goodies have been made over the last 95 years, this candy company also offers a gift shop. Of course, you can buy a myriad of Ruth Hunt candies here, but you can also find some other wonderful Kentucky-based items. They offer a truly diverse selection, everything from stuffed animals to UK gear to gift baskets. Some of these items you might expect to find in a gallery setting, like Rickman pottery, which is all handmade at the potter's wheel, or a set of hand-tuned wind chimes. They also sell a wide range of Kentucky culinary items, like Elmwood and Teas, Ale 8 products, Woodford Reserve items, and Pappy's Moonshine sauce. The gift shop at Ruth Hunt really does have a little something for everyone.
After seeing and sampling much of the confections here at the Ruth Hunt Candy Company, I can honestly say this would be a sweet spot in anyone's day, no matter what day of the week it is. Make sure and add it to your local travelers list.